back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be checking out the PBTO1V. This is something that they haven't really had in the stores as of yet, but it was announced recently, but it's been on order, or well, you could order it online for quite some time now. So this is the 18 Plus sliding miter saw. It's 7 1/4 inch. It has 3,600 RPMs, and this is something I was really interested in because it makes your mobility of work when you're doing a lot of the smaller or trim jobs, things like that in your house, that much easier. I was pretty skeptical about it because I'm not sure. It only runs off of one battery, not two batteries, so I wasn't really sure if it has enough power that you would need to actually invest in one of these. So today we're going to go over that. We're going to see how far we can cut down into this 4x4, and this is a 2x10. Both of these are pressure treated, so I'm really going to put this to the test. This only calls to use a 4 amp hour battery, so I'm going to try that. If it doesn't work, I'm going to get out the 9 amp hour battery. We're going to give that a shot. But let's take a little bit closer of a look at this particular tool. You do have a clamp on this side, which is pretty typical, and it can go on either side. So I'm just going to take that off so we can see a little better. Here, this is really nice. You actually have a fence extender, and the reason why you have the fence extender is so that you can do crown molding and things like that. So it has a solid surface to go on, so you can make your cross cuts, your diagonal cuts, or your bevel cuts, whatever you need, and you can clamp it to the fence. The fence also has holes in the back of it that if you need to extend the fence upward to have a bigger piece of trim, you can most certainly do that as well. Something else that's really nice, and it's kind of hard to see, is that you have this little locking pin right here, and what this does is this is the height adjustment for your depth. So if you need to stop the depth at a certain point, you can click this over, you can adjust it with your pin right here, and then you should be good to go. And that's for your precision cuts. And that's where this really shines, is that you do have the ability to make some pretty precision cuts. Something else you're going to notice here is that it says crown right here. Now there's another sticker right here. I'm doing this blind, so give me a break. But when you're doing crown moldings and cuts like that, you're supposed to line these two up. That way when you cut down, this is going to allow you that precision cut that you're looking for on the crowns. Something else that's pretty neat, and this is pretty standard on a lot of the sliding miter saws these days, but you do have a quick detent here, which this goes from 45 to a 31.6. It has a lot of the standard degrees that you would look for, but if you need a different degree, something that you're not typically going to be using, then you just tighten up the handle. You can get that precision cut that you're looking for. On the back side of it, this is your beveling, tightening, and loosening. Let's see if I can get it at an angle. So you loosen it, and you get whatever type of bevel that you're actually looking for, and it tightens back up. I'm going to knock on Ryobi just a little bit. Let me pull this over. This degree count, that's just a cheap sticker. They can do better than that. They could at least get an aluminum sticker to go into there. The saw actually does come with a 40 tooth finished 7 1/4 inch blade. This is good for your finished materials, a lot of your trim. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the test. Let's see how far of a cross cut that we can actually make. Let's see what the maximum depth is that we can cut into this 4x4, and then let's cut this to a 45-degree angle, and let's see if we can actually make it through a 2x10 inch piece of wood. This claims that it can cross cut a 2x10 all the way in half. Alright, so I don't know if you all were as surprised as I was. I really didn't think on a 4 amp hour battery that we would cut with such ease at a 40 tooth blade, which is a finished blade, through a pressure treated 2x10 or a pressure treated 4x4. So pleasantly surprised. I know it has to do a lot with the blade, and the blade is brand new, but still, for it to do this and not really bog down, that's great. I did a 45-degree angle through this 2x10 and it cut it. Yeah, super easy. I mean, that's like butter. It did the cross cut, the plain old 90-degree cross cut with no problems, and I did a couple cuts there. So let's see how deep I actually made the cross cut on this 4x4. This is with just a straight 90. So this is at 2 1/4 inches deep. So our straight 90-degree cut, 2 1/4 inches. Now if we go to our 45-degree cut, let's see how deep we actually made that. Obviously, I'm not going to go at the angle. I'm going to go at the plumb position and just see how far we made this cut. Okay, so that's right there. This can do a 45-degree cut at 1.5 inches. That's pretty impressive for such a little tool. Another thing I noticed is that it's pretty quiet for the type of saw that it is. Something else with all the features, all the adjustments that you have, actually read this manual. I know a lot of people don't read the manuals, but I think this time you're going to want to read this manual. It shows you how to cross cut, it shows you how to clamp, it shows you how to use the crown molding, it shows you how to extend the fencing and actually how to do it. It shows you how to modify your trays. It actually has a lot of good information in here, so don't forget to do that. You can get this at homedepot.com, $200 right now. It's going to hit the stores at some point in the near future. I don't know when. I haven't seen it in the stores. So, summing everything up, everyone, I hope that you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody.